Who do we have getting on here? Come on. Hello, Ms. Morgan. Starting to get a few on here. That's a good thing. I'm glad. That means you must have rings that have arrived. That's good. We're ahead of the game. We're better off than we were last year at this time. Awesome. Did they send them all, or did they send the first batch? Welcome, Sean. Fish gills, custom rods there. Appreciate you getting on here tonight. Sorry, I got a squeaky chair where I'm at here. All right. We are going to go ahead and get this thing started. But I know we'll have more joining here shortly. I can't tell. I think it's kind of the video is going to be a little sketchy, meaning because I'm in a different location than I normally would live stream from. I decided so I'd have more room this evening to do it out here in Mr. Chet's workshop. Little bit more room to move around, and I can put things on display like what I've got back here behind me. Check it out. These are our trophies for this weekend. Obviously, there's two of each of the blue ones. So, high school trophy right here, junior trophy here. The winners of the junior tournament will be getting this beautiful thing. And then obviously on the high school side, guys will be getting this thing here. That's pretty awesome. Pretty heavy too. So getting ready for the big weekend, as I said earlier, 10 days out. Got our belts as well. These are our heaviest weight belts and big bass of the season belts that we'll be giving away. So got those here. Wanted to share those with you tonight while we were live streaming. At the same time, just wanted to get on here and kind of fill everybody in on some stuff leading up to our state championship tournament. So we're getting excited. I just want to start out this evening by saying I hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend. I know it was a fun time here where I'm at, just taking it easy, getting ready for our state championship, and just enjoying the weekend. Peyton put up a pretty awesome video. It's a video he's done in the past, but it certainly fit the Memorial Day weekend, and it was a great post that him and Miss Tanya did, recognizing those that fought for our freedom and gave their lives for what we have here today. So certainly appreciate all that Peyton and Miss Tanya are doing on that social media side. they wanted me to share with you that they apologize. They have not posted anything recently. I mean, they've been posting as they could, but they've been dealing with some housing issues. They had their house that they live in had a mold issue, I guess you'd say, black mold. They had to vacate it, and then they moved into another home, an Airbnb, and that home recently encountered some flooding issues, unfortunately, and now it's had some mold issues, so they're in the process of moving again. So just unfortunate circumstances that they're dealing with. But Peyton's going to try and release those Kissimmee videos by this weekend. He'll drop those and get those out there on our social media platforms. But he apologized, and they're just trying to do what they can to on top of that, they had the tornadoes up there in Tallahassee, and that affected their access to their business. So not only were they in a rental, they were also trying to work out of the rental, and then on top of that, have the flooding there. So they've just been dealing with one issue after another. So y'all keep the Wyndhams in your thoughts and prayers, and hopefully with this last move that they're in the process of making, that'll be it until their home is back up and going again, which that's in the process of being done. But with that, we're going to move on again. Hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend. But now, as of today, we're 10 days out from our state championship tournament. Registration is open. If you still don't know if your team qualified for the state championship, there's a list posted out on our website. And I'll show you real quick here. Let me switch screens. This is our home page. So when you go into the Florida Bass Nation website, floridabassnation.com, you go up here to tournaments and go down to high school, or you can go to juniors. Depends on who you're looking for. High school, you'd come over here to state qualified anglers. Click on that, and it's going to give you a list of all those that have qualified. On that junior side, same thing. Tournaments, juniors, come down to state qualified. This list is up to date with the exception of Brody Allen and Caden Harris. I had them on the list, and I guess I deleted them right before, because I know there was a duplicate in here. I must have, when I was trying to get rid of the duplicate, I must have deleted them by accident. But those guys are qualified for the state championship. But that's how you get to the list. Hopefully by now, though, everybody knows who is qualified for the state championship. Registration is open for that tournament. You need to get signed up. We do have a deadline of June 2nd at midnight, basically 11:59. June 2nd. That is this Sunday at midnight. You need to get signed up. We will allow you to register afterwards, but it'll cost you $50 up until, after Sunday. It'll cost you $50 additional for late fees. And then after that, we will close it. I think it's on Wednesday. We will close it, and you won't be able to register at that point if you're not signed up at that point. So you won't be able to fish. So you need to get tell all your anglers to get signed up. We've got some teams out there that partner isn't going to make it. Just understand that if they happen to clinch one of them national berths that will be given away at the state championship, they will get to go to nationals by themselves. Their partner will not get to go. And that's not us. I mean, I support it, but that is Bass's rules. They have to fish the state championship, and then from there, they advance as a team, or advance the individual that fished it gets to advance. So anyway, get signed up for that. here's something unique about the state championship. So just want to share this with you because I was talking to somebody the other day. They want to know how many national berths were given away at the state championship. I said 2, and that's a lot less than what we've done in the past. But obviously, Bass has changed what we can do, or what we will allow, or what they will allow, how they will allow us to send teams to nationals. So with that, we only have 2 teams or 2 national berths to give away at the state championship this year. And here's something unique. So we're sending 26 junior teams to the state championship. Of those teams, 4 have already qualified for nationals. So there's 1 more spot to give away, and that will give us 5 teams on the junior side to go to nationals. So you're really competing, if you're not yet qualified, you're really competing against 20 other teams out there on that junior side. On the high school side, we've got 85 teams going to the state championship. Of the 85, 24 have already punched their tickets to nationals. So that gives you 59. And right now, I know 2 teams have already told me they're not going to fish the state championship. So now you're down to 56 teams. We're giving away 2 national berths there, and again, 24 have already qualified for the for nationals. So that's pretty awesome. I think that real quick, I want to say congratulations. Speaking of those going to nationals, Bassmasters just had their Sam Rayburn High School Open tournament out there in Texas. We were well represented here in Florida. We had, 7 high school teams, I think, go out there and fish that tournament. We had 3 junior teams, I believe it was, go out there and compete. On the high school side, we had another team punch their tickets to the nationals, and I want to say congratulations to Connor Crawford and Brody Bean out of Liberty County Anglers. They finished 11th in that tournament. They took the top 13 to nationals, so that's pretty cool. Another team there. So again, that's part of that 24 that I'm telling you has already punched their tickets. And then on that junior side, like I said, we had, I think it was 3 teams competing out there, but we had Drake Walls and Hunter Schrader actually win that junior high school division out there on Sam Rayburn. So awesome job to those guys. They're punching their tickets to nationals now. So again, that's how we get to 4 teams already on the juniors, in the juniors division. That's punched their tickets to nationals. So we've got 1 berth left to give away next weekend in that junior division, and then 2 on the high school side. So that's pretty awesome. And again, congratulations to those 2 teams. And I want to just say thank you to those guys that went out there and tried to qualify. Again, we were well represented here in the state of Florida, and we know it was a long drive, but thank you for going out and representing the organization and fishing, representing the Florida Bass Nation Junior High School Tournament Series. So with that, we will let's talk real quick about those teams that's qualified for nationals. I will be putting this list up. I'm still waiting for a final confirmation from Bass on our numbers, but if our numbers are correct, like I said, we've got 6 teams that's already qualified through the high school opens. That leaves us 20 teams is what I come up with that will advance to the nationals through our trails. And just bear with me here 1 second. Let's see if I can find my list. Thought I had it open here. Here it is. So let me just give you the ones that I have announced so far, just so you guys are aware, because I know there were some teams that had no clue. And again, we're going to make this public. But in the fall trail, we had Landon Haynes and Jason Haynes qualify, winning that trail. Then we had in the same fall trail, we were able to give 3 berths away in the fall trail. So Landon Haynes, Jason Haynes, and then Briley West, Alex Tyler, Hunter Daniels, and Reagan Mullen. Those 3 teams qualified through the fall trail. We gave away 2 berths in the winter trail. I went to Finn Taylor, Wyatt, and Tanner Seabolt, and then Wyatt Drawdy and Cole Drawdy. In the North Trail, Hunter Pro, Drew Fleener, Aaron Yavorsky, Trevor Allen, Caleb Logue, Hayden Reynolds. That was the North Trail. And then on the South Trail, we had Claiborne Reed and Parker Creech, Tanner Wolf, Eddie Hook, Nick Hawkins, and Hagen King. In our spring trail, we had Wyatt Galbraith and Jackson Dowdy. Wyatt Galbraith, Jackson Dowdy. And then Hudson Wyndham and Matthew Hughes. And then Cordell Sanders and Colt Walker. I'm waiting on confirmation if that 3rd berth is there. They will get in. That will be the next team in the spring trail. Summer trail. Summer trail. Easton Morrow, RJ Sanger. And the next team, if Bass approves another berth through this trail, will go to Tyler Boston and Devin Gonzalez. So in the statewide trail, Dylan Holcomb, Grayson Faircloth. The second team in that statewide trail, and again, these are to be confirmed. Waiting on information back from Bass. Hopefully I get something this week. But in the statewide trail, getting a berth to nationals will be Dominic Andux, Peyton Faber. Again, we got to wait, make sure that Bass approves those spots. But those will be the teams that get in. And then we have the 2 state championship berths that we'll give away. Teams getting in through the opens are Carson Falk, Trey Blackman. When it got in through Clarks Hill, also getting in Clarks Hill was Nathan Bennett, Carter Burdett, Ridge Faircloth, Chaff Foreign. They got in through Clarks Hill. Getting in at Douglas was Jackson Edenfield and Hunter Harris. And then Landon Rollison and Tanner Bass, both are at Lake Douglas. And then at Sam Rayburn, as I mentioned earlier, Brody Beam, Connor Crawford got in. So exciting times. I will let everybody know this list that I'm reading from will be sent out once everything is confirmed with Bass. And I will share information with you about the Bass Nation or Bassmaster High School Nationals and Junior Nationals. I will tell you the off limits for Lake Chickamauga will be June 30th. So June 30th through for the juniors, it's June 30th through July 27th is off limits. July 22nd is off limits. 21st is off limits. So the 22nd, 23rd, 24th is your official practice days. The 25th and 26th are your tournament days. 25th is a registration. Won't be no fishing. 26th and 27th is your tournament days. High school, your off limits will be from June 30th through July 27th. Your official practice days will be the 28th, 29th, and 30th. Your registration day is July 31st. Your tournament days are August 1, 2, and if you make that third day, August 3. So congratulations, everybody that has punched their tickets so far. And again, we'll be sharing all this information for that tournament, those tournaments once we get past this state championship. So the next thing I want to talk about real quick is scholarships. We opened our scholarship opportunities. This is for the 2024 seniors. If you are interested in submitting an essay to try and get one of these Gene Mobley scholarships or that Charles Tillman scholarship, maybe a couple others out there, we're just waiting on confirmation from those. Again, we have information out on our Florida Bass Nation website. So again, if you'll go over here to about, go down to scholarships. This gives you everything you need to know about the scholarships. You click on this link right down here. This will take you into another page that reiterates more information about the scholarships. So again, on the home page, go to about, then go down to scholarships here. That will take you over to the Gene Mobley Scholarship Awards Program. And at the same time, like I say, we'll be giving out, awarding a scholarship in honor of our veteran, Charles Tillman, passed away this past year, and his family asked that all proceeds just be donations to the Florida Bass Nation Junior High School program. So there'll be a $1,000 scholarship going out in honor of Charles Tillman as well this year. So the family is planning on being there. That's exciting news. We'll recognize them and Ms. Tillman and give that award out during our banquet. So let's talk about our banquet. Speaking of that, you can practice right up to Friday at noon next week. Friday at noon, you have to be off the water. From noon to 1:30, we're going to have a check-in over at the I don't know the name of the facility, escapes me, but Southern Regional Technical College is where it'll be. That's right there at ABAC. I've sent out an info sheet. It's out on our website. I put a post out on our Facebook page. If you go to the website, if you go over here to the website, this information right here, if you'll click on that, that will open up another page that'll take you to our junior high school state championship page on our website. Scroll down and you'll see info sheet down here. If you have not registered, you can click on Fishing Chaos. That will take you over to the Fishing Chaos site where you can register. But this info sheet is here. Got to check in Friday from 12 to 1:30. Again, at the Southern Regional Technical College there in Bainbridge. That's right there on ABAC's campus, 2500 East Shotwell Street, Bainbridge, Georgia. So when the anglers and boat captains check in, so we do not need the whole family to show up for check-in. We just need anglers and boat captains to come over and check in. We will provide them with box lunches. So that will be for them to take with them, eat on the way home or eat when they get back to wherever you're staying, whatever the case may be. But we'll provide them with box lunches right there. And then we need everybody to come back at 3:00 for our banquets and awards presentation. That will be at the same location there at the Southern Regional Technical College. We should be done. If we start at 3, the goal is to be out of there by about 5:30, 6 o'clock at the latest. We will not be doing any dinners this year. Again, similar to last year, we're going to do awards and presentations, and then we will let the anglers get out, go get rigged up, ready to go for the tournament on Saturday and Sunday. We feel like if we get you out of there by 5:36, that still gives you ample time to go grab you a bite to eat if you want to do so, or get back home and get everybody settled in. Pay attention to that info sheet. There's a lot there. Remember, we're fishing in Georgia. Georgia rules apply. 16 years or older, you need a Georgia fishing license. I've tried to put as much information as I can on that info sheet about the tournament. This tournament will be very similar to other Bass Nation tournaments that we hold, except it's a 2-day event rather than 1 day. And, it'll be 2-day accumulated weight will determine the winner. Weigh-ins will be right there at Earl May Basin in Bainbridge. And I've listed some hotels there that you might check in, call on. We did not do any blocks of rooms this year. That is something we will be going away from in the future. And the reason for that is because usually you guys are finding, we go and get these blocks of rooms with these hotels. And in many cases, you guys are finding rooms cheaper than what we've got them blocked for at the same hotels. So it just doesn't make sense for us to do blocks of rooms anymore. And at the same time, the hotels are not giving us much of a break on room blocks anyway. So we're just going to, that'll go back on you guys. But check out the info sheet out there. It's got a lot of information again. Got to be off the water by noon on Friday. Anglers and boat captains have to check in between noon and 1:30. If you're not checked in between noon and 1:30, we're going to assume you're not fishing, and we're going to take you out of the system, okay? So you got to be there between noon and 1:30. During the banquets and awards, had a family call me today and say, well, one teammate's not going to be there. I've had a couple call and say the boat captains can't be there. That's fine, but when we recognize the teams and the boat captains, that just means that your angler may be being recognized by themselves, or in the way we're doing it's going to be pretty cool. I think this year, I'm not going to say how we're going to do it, but I think it's something you want to be there. And at the same time, we'll be doing the presentations of rings that everybody gets for qualifying for the state championship. So we really want to see everybody attend. We want both the anglers and the boat captains there, and to be present for the banquet. Need everybody to wear their jerseys, be in their jerseys, so that way your clubs get credit, and your recognition goes back to your clubs that you've been fishing for all year. So with that, check out the info sheet. No exemptions are required up there at Seminole. It's we'll give you your boat numbers Saturday morning. Those boat numbers will be good for both days. We're just going to switch, reverse the field on Sunday. So if your boat won on Saturday, you'll be boat 110 on Sunday. So we'll take your numbers at the end of the day on Saturday, like we always do, but we're just going to reverse the field. So you'll be last boat out instead of first boat out on Sunday. And we'll send up new boat numbers for Sunday. But again, you can just do the math. If you're boat 2, you'll be boat probably 109. But with that, no exemptions are going to be needed. You will have to check in each morning when you get there to get your boat numbers. Takeoff will be very similar to what we've done in the past in Bainbridge, where you'll go past us on the floating docks, down by the end of the basin there, and then ease on out into the river. I don't think fog will be an issue this time of the year. I do want to emphasize that you bring plenty of water and stay hydrated and plenty of snacks. Getting some hot weather right now, some unusually hot weather. But just keep that in mind. Bring plenty of water, plenty of snacks to keep yourselves hydrated and nourished while you're out there on the water. One thing I want to back up to the scholarships. I had some questions come up about, it's for the 2024 seniors. It's all of the 2024 seniors. So if you have seniors in your clubs that did not qualify for the state championship, they can still apply for these scholarships. And if we choose their essay, then we will invite them to come up to the banquet and participate and be there and receive their scholarship. So this is for any 2024 seniors that fish the Florida Bass Nation Junior High School Tournament Series. They do not have to have qualified for the state championship to be eligible for these scholarships. So probably heard me earlier. Ms. Morgan said she has received the rings. So she is putting those together. We're excited about that. Got the trophies again here behind me. 2 of each. Don't panic. There's 2 of each. Just didn't want to open them all up and put them out. So those will be given away. We're going to have Gimme That apparel company on site selling shirts this year and clothing. They're going to bring hats like what I'm wearing here for the high school and junior divisions. They'll have a lot of BASS high school junior apparel for sale, but they'll also have our Florida Bass Nation state championship shirts. Now, the boat captains and anglers will get their shirts when they come to check in. We're giving them each a shirt when they check in. And then what we will do is have other shirts for sale, other clothing items for sale during the banquet. So bring some extra cash for that. They should have a swipe machine for credit cards, but just letting you know they're going to have clothing and they will be handling the sales for us this year. They will be there all weekend. They'll be at the banquet and then they'll be out at the tournament site both days. So appreciate Gimme That coming down from South Carolina to be a part of our program and handle the shirt sales. At the same time, we will we'll have a raffle going on during the banquet. So one thing I was going to mention to you guys, if you have contacts out there that might be willing to donate some items for our raffle, let me know. We've got some stuff. We got power poles on board with some power pole certificates. We've got Shimano's giving us some product to raffle off. We're working on goodie bags. So if you've got goodie bag items that we can put in goodie bags, let me know. We'll need all this stuff, obviously, Thursday afternoon, Friday morning, early, so we can get it either goodie bags or put them on display. So, but if you have anybody that can do donate some items, let me know. We certainly would appreciate that. And it can be for goodie bags or for raffle items. So if I wanted to share, we will have some raffle items, a raffle going on, probably do a 50-50 similar to what we did last year. So bring some extra cash for that. What else do we have? We talked about scholarships. And again, on those scholarships, the deadline to submit those essays are June 2nd. That means it's this Sunday at midnight. Got to get those essays turned in. June 2nd is the deadline for the scholarships. Get those submitted. get them turned in, send them to my attention, and then we will. We have a party or a group of 5 individuals that, and I'm not on that committee, so we'll have 5 individuals that will read them, rank them, and then from there that will determine who wins the scholarships. So let's see. Since we last met, the Combine, Bassmaster's High School Combine has come and gone. That has filled up. I think they cut it off at 150 applications. So I think they're only going to take 100, but I'll leave that up to Bass to decide that. But 150, that's pretty awesome. And I think it was, probably around 125 within 30 minutes of it opening. So the Combine's getting bigger and bigger every year. The All-American submittals, they'll be asking for those beginning June 4th. You'll have until from June 4th to August 31st is what I'm told to submit your recommendations for your All-Americans. This is primarily for seniors, juniors. Not sure if they take the sophomores. I think they do take sophomores. If your senior just graduated, they can still submit, or you can still submit them for the All-American consideration. And pretty awesome what they're doing this year. So they will, and again, outgoing seniors, guys that just graduated, you can recommend them for the All-American. But it's pretty awesome what they're doing is this year's All-Americans will be invited to the 2025 Bassmasters Classic. So, which will be out in Fort Worth, Texas. So that's pretty awesome. They'll get to participate in that. They have a lot of festivities planned for them. So, again, seniors that just graduated, they're eligible for the All-American. Juniors, sophomores. So, again, that'll open up on June 4th, the morning of June 4th. I think probably 9 or 10 o'clock Eastern time. Let's see here. What else do we have? I think that about does it. I think I've mentioned everything for our state championship. We're getting excited about it. We're going to show up in Bainbridge on Wednesday. We're driving up Wednesday. We'll be setting up there in the park on Thursday. And then we'll be over at the technical center on Friday morning, setting up there, getting ready to go. Want to thank everybody that's helping out this year. Miss Shanna Kennedy and her team of ladies up there in the Bainbridge area have been working hard to get the make the banquet what it's going to be, and I know that they're going to go all out, and we didn't put a cap on how many you could invite this year because we're not doing a dinner, and we're going to be in a gymnasium style room, so it's got bleachers on the side. So it's pretty awesome. We're going to you'll be able to bring in your families. Just be considerate, okay? I mean, we know not everybody's going to bring a guest, but we know some are going to bring multiple guests. So you're more than welcome to do that. I think we've got a capacity of about 1,000 people we can put in this room. So that doesn't mean we want to try and get 1,000 in there, but we did not put a cap on it. It's free admission, no extra fees or anything to attend. Again, anglers need to wear their jerseys to the banquet. Boat captains, if you have jerseys, wear them. If not, that's fine. But we are going to recognize each and every team this year. At the same time, we'll be presenting their rings to them. If you have not paid for your rings, every angler will be getting a ring. But if you've not paid for your ring, we will ask that you we'll have a table set up there at registration. We ask that you please pay your $50 for the rings at that point in time. take care of that. But we didn't want anybody to not have a ring, so we've ordered rings for every angler. Hopefully, which we figure most of these rings y'all are putting in display cases and stuff like that anyway. So, you know, it may not fit, but we wanted to make sure everybody received a ring, and we just asked that everybody please make sure you pay for the rings. Let's see here. What have we got as far as questions go? Let's see. Hey, Miss Katie, how are you doing? Let's see. I want to thank Mr. Chet for letting me use his shop here. This is all his tackle, by the way, not mine. Mine's over in another storage unit. Let me see. Sean with Fish Gills, he's not going to be at the state championship this year, but he says congratulations to everyone that's qualified for nationals. Thank you, Sean. Looks like Aaron Dvorsky is fishing the All-American. Be on MLF tomorrow, so check that out. Congratulations to Aaron again, doing another fine job out there. So I think that's it. I don't see any questions here that I need to address, or if you have any, Luke Black says you better bring some gnat spray. So the hydrilla gnats must be bad up there. So I would not be surprised with the heat we're having right now. Water conditions, by the way, I know there was a lot of concern about water levels and water conditions. I mean, right now there's no concerns with the water levels that I'm being told about. As usual with the Flint River, these rivers all flow from up north. So when it rains up north, this water runs south. There could be debris in the river at any given point. So you just have to be careful when you're out there running around. We will have Peyton out on the water filming this tournament again, like we've done in the past. So make sure you have his contact information if you guys get on a batch of fish, or if you're around some fish and he can get to you, then he'd be glad to come in there and film you. GoPro footage, if you've got any of that, he would appreciate you sharing that with him so he can include some of that in his videos. You've probably seen some of that in the past, but what he's put out there. But with that, I'm just going to say everybody have a good evening. If you need Peyton's information, contact information, let me know. If you have anything you need to discuss with me, let me know. We're looking forward to the state championship and getting this one behind us, and getting ready for next season. So we'll be seems like we'll be jumping right back into it, wrapping this up, going to nationals, and then turning right around and kicking things off in September. So if you have any new recruits or anglers out there that's going to be joining your clubs, start talking to them, getting them ready to sign up in August and ready to go in September. And we will obviously get Fishing Chaos, everything updated in that, so that registration will open hopefully first part of August. But start talking to your kids now, getting them excited to come and fish next year. But let's get through this state championship first. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to see some good fish caught, and who is going to get these things right here? Again, I'll get out of the way, but this is what's up in the air. That right there, and this right here. So that's what's up for grabs, and who will be the lucky ones to take those home? That's the question. So 10 days and counting, and we will see you guys in Bainbridge here in about 10 days. So y'all have a good evening, and we will see you next week.